Okay, perfect. So if you see anything, let me know. If anything wrong, let me know. Um, so how everyone? Thank you for being here. We're just gonna start. We're super excited. We have Eric Howard here, good friend, Tableau ambassador. He also runs user groups there over there in the NSC in specifically Nashville. Awesome. I like Nashville also. I'm getting very excited. And we're super excited. I mean, this topic that he's gonna talk today. It's super interesting, super something that everybody should know more about, like Tableau Public, and how can you become better at data visualization by utilizing Tableau Public, and how can you develop yourself, how can you use that resource. Super excited. So here are a couple of slides before we have Eric talk to us about Tableau Public. How can you connect with us at the Tableau user group? We have Twitter, email, talk pages, chat with us. Whenever you need anything related to Tableau, we have connections. We have people in Tableau that they can help us help you. We have from engineers at Tableau, individuals at Tableau, consultants. Whenever you have issues, we can help you open a case, or maybe we can help you here. We can have somebody like Eric. Maybe we send an email to Eric. Eric, do you know how to help this person about this or that? I mean, we're here to help you, all totally free. We're not selling anything. We do this for fun. We do this because we're part of the Tableau community. We have been doing this for over 10 years now. So thank you for being here in the Tableau Orlando Tableau user group. And so here we have leadership team. We have Aaron Siemens and myself, Jamil. We work for different companies, Ariat and Seek Data. Here's our Twitter account, LinkedIn page. Anything that you need, again, contact us. And if you want to know more about where are we here, we're here because we want to help you. We do monthly meetings. So monthly meetings we have here. We're here. We bring in community experts, different topics. We have been doing this 2 years straight, every month. But this talk is pretty old. It's been out there for over 10 years. And we also bring in information about what is available in relation to job opportunities within the Orlando and Florida market. People from all over the place communicate with us and say, hey, I'm looking for a Tableau developer. I'm looking for this data person. Can you share this opportunity here in your talk? And we do that. We're going to add one soon. Aaron is going to add one here to the chat. We got this the other day. We're going to add that job opportunity from someone from our community that is looking for somebody with Tableau experience. Now, like I said, here again, some information from us, email, anything that you need, let us know. If you have any also any jobs available now or in the future, let us know, and we can put it here on the talk. We can add it to our pages in LinkedIn and help you out find that very good data person that knows Tableau. And so this is upcoming speakers. Pardon me. In July, August, September, we have all the way to December. We have speakers every month. Super excited about Kevin Wee and Lee. And we have Tim. This is from Tableau. Tim, probably heard about him before, seen him online on YouTube. He's probably the number one Tableau YouTuber in the world. Tableau Tim. He's gonna be with us in September. Very hard to get him. We were super lucky that he agreed to be with us in September. So don't miss that one for sure. Um, but today we have Eric Howard. He is a manager of data analytics, and he's been, involved with Tableau for many, many years. He's the co-leader of Nashville Tableau User Group since 2019. He presented in the Tableau Conference 2020, 2021. He's a great and awesome individual who's going to tell you data expert data, like us, they love data. And he's going to tell more about Tableau Public. How can you use that resource? And a lot of different good things that Eric is going to do for us today. And of course, reach out to Eric. If you have questions, reach out to him. Anything, put it on the chat. Any questions? And we talked with Eric today, and we hopefully going to do a better job of using Tableau Public. Thank you, Eric. I'm going to stop sharing and you can share. Thank you for being here with us.
All right. Well, thank you, Yamil and Aaron. From what I've heard with Bevy presentations, this is my first one. Um, I believe when I go share my screen, I won't see the chat. So if there's questions that come up in chat, Yamil, as I go through my slides, I'll sort of pause before each new slide. And if something comes up, just jump in and let me know what they're asking. But other than that, I'll go ahead and get started. So this, okay, hopefully everybody sees my screen. We got to. I'm not hearing anybody.
Sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we can see it. Yes, we can see it.
Okay. Because all I see is the full screen and I don't see you guys anymore. So, all right. Well, thank you for having me today. Welcome to the first day of summer. Sure, in Florida, you guys feel like it's been summer for a while now. But today I want to show you that Tableau is much more than a bunch of pretty vizzes. It's really a resource to help you in your Tableau journey. I hope to show you not only how to navigate the Tableau public space, but then how to download some of the Tableau workbooks and pick them apart. And then I'm going to show you some of the authors that I follow and think you should too, and pages of theirs to explore. So a little bit about me. I've been a Tableau user since version 7. I've been a TUG leader, like I said, since 2019. When I'm not working with Tableau, Tennessee is a very outdoorish state. So being right in the middle of it, we have a lot of paddling and rock climbing that I like to go out and work with on the weekends. So this is an example of sort of how the presentation is laid out for the whole day. I'll show you an author, and if you click on the main page here, that will take you to their Tableau Public profile page. There's a workbook thumbnail of the workbook that I like best from their profile, and we'll go into some of those for you. There's also usually a blog link there if they have blogs. So as we go through the day, I'll be clicking on that and showing you how that works. It may get a bit used as I slide through this. I'm on a Mac and I've got multiple windows open, so I'll be sliding back between my presentation, Safari, and Edge to show you what's going on. So hopefully I'll try to go slow as to not to lose you, because I've told can go fast through some of this stuff. All right, so let's go to the next one. Come on, Mac, get out of my way. So let's see. First off, you want to go to the Tableau Public page. If you have a profile and you're signed in, you won't see this sign up for Tableau Public. If you haven't done so, please go and sign up with Tableau Public and start building your profile and your Tableau portfolio. That's the real benefit of Tableau Public, is to be able to put your work out there for other people to see. Any other company that sort of does that gives you a free version of their product that lets you do so much with it. So this is really a great benefit from Tableau, and I hope they never let it end. Once you've signed up for Tableau Public, you'll be able to subscribe to the Viz of the Days. That gives you a daily dose of inspiration into your inbox. But you can't be inspired unless you open those emails and dig into them. I recommend that you spend 5 to 10 minutes a day studying the analytics and exploring their interactivity. Once you've done that, there's a new Tableau Public layout. They have Tableau Public organized into 15 different discovery categories. The first one you're going to see is the trending category, and all driven by some algorithms. And so what you see changes each time you get in there. Trending is always at the top. Visit of the day is always at the top. Then you get into featured authors, and there's always this Tableau Public blog link there. But then what you see below that in the 15 categories changes as you interact with it. It seems to me that things that you use more often pop to the top, but that's not always true. You can see this month they're doing the data pride is sort of prioritized to the top. That could be because a lot of people are looking at it or they're promoting it. But you'll figure out once you use it which ones are best suited for you. I really like the resumes portion. You can go over here and click the See All, and there are all these people who have published or built resumes in Tableau, sort of like I've built this presentation today in Tableau. I rarely use PowerPoint anymore since most of what I'm presenting these days is analytics. I just do the whole presentation in Tableau. I really like this resume from TUG. And well, not sure if this is a Bevy problem or a Tableau problem. There we go. He talks about his passion, his expertise, and what industries he's worked in. But I really like this. It shows, his college days. You can choose. Here's his Tableau experience. Here's his SSIS experience and Power BI experience. But the thing that intrigues me the most is this big flat spot in the middle. And it's like he pursued further studies and played professional basketball for 4 years. So I think that's pretty cool to show off not only why, what he's done, but how that relates over time. So let's go back. So being in healthcare, I really like I do financial reports and clinical reports. So I like the healthcare vises. I spend a lot of time checking out the vises that are in the healthcare category. And there's a financial category down here somewhere. Yeah, not today for me, but there is, like I said, there are financials and social impact and others that you'll see as you go through it. All right, so once you've signed up for Public, you've subscribed to the Viz of the Days, you've spent some time on the discovery page exploring some vises, you probably go, man, this stuff is so great. I can never do anything like this. How am I going to compete with all these really great visits that are showing up on the discovery page? Well, what I'm going to show you today is the next step is to download it, dig into it, break it apart, fix it, and make it better. Now, for the downloading, sadly, some of them are not downloadable. There are people that put up their own sort of personal information that their watches or that they've collected over time. And if it's anything you have that you don't want out in the wild, because this is Tableau Public, what you put up there is public. If they can download it, they can get into it and get to your data. So if you don't want them scraping around in your data, don't make it downloadable. But if it's not downloadable, go ahead and play with it online anyway and explore their vises for interactivity. So let's take a look at how we do those steps. If we go take a look at Andy Kriebel's page, this is a viz that I'm going to explore later, and you can see the visual vocabulary has a download button, but Andy has recently made that workbook not downloadable. And I'm going to guess that's because he has started his own blog, or he's got a subscription service, I'll put it that way. But he does the Makeover Mondays, and the ones that I have explored are still downloadable. So you want to go down here, select the workbook, and download it to your system. So get rid of that page. If I go back to my desktop, you'll see I have downloaded Makeover Monday, and I can open that up and work on it. But I'm not familiar with that workbook, so I have downloaded the visual vocabulary before he made it non-downloadable. So I have that open today, and we're going to take a look at that and how to pick things apart. Like I say, you see his landing page. He's got different tabs across the bottom for the different types of visualizations. And so you want to go in there, you can right click on a tab and say unhide all sheets. And I like the way that he color codes his sheets in his dashboard. I'm going to hide that. And so if we go into one of the sheets, you can see that this diverging bar chart has a, if you want to do a bar chart, you put a measure on columns and a category or don't blank on the name, but a category on the rows, and then you get a bar chart. You can, he's put the color of the profits on the color here. But say if you want to play around and see what else is different about it, we'll go down to say the sales rank and drop that on there. And you can see that the top ranking products, we've got some that are losses, they're non-profitable. So but you can gain some insights and play around with things. You can see he's filtering by region. I'm going to guess that's a workbook action. So as you're using the workbook, it'll filter through some other parts. But you can dig in. If you want to play with it more, you can duplicate that and then, take off all the color. And what happens if you flip it? Maybe you like that, but anyway, play around with it and just explore the how to use that. The thing that I like about, and this is the reason you don't want to put your personal information in Tableau Public, you can go to the Data tab, and this is doing the same thing in presentation mode. I can go to one of these and do export to CSV, and then I can export any of these data sources to my own system. So I can save that to my downloads folder, and now I have that data if I want to go take that and use it somewhere else. So again, don't put data in Tableau Public that you don't to be let out. Don't let them download it if that's a concern. All right, so like I said, I've showed you how to download it, how to dig into it. You can break it, you fix it, put it back together, and I will challenge you to make it better. There are a lot of old workbooks out here, so let's go back to this. And if we go way down, we can look at, say, one of these. If you go to the bottom, you'll see that this was published in 2023. So this is not an old one, but you can find old workbooks. What I like to do to make things better or try out new Tableau features. I don't use maps. You can always click on this Tableau Public logo and it'll take you back to the discovery page. But I don't use maps in my work. But if I want to experiment with them and try the new map layers or new map features, I'll go out and grab one of these workbooks that does have map data, download it, and then I can change it. Again, this person doesn't let you download. You can change it to try out those new features and see how they work without having to go out and re-engineer everything. So I've done that with a lot of the new feature capabilities. But all right, so we've shown you how to download it, make it better. So let's move on to the next part of the presentation, which is the different visionaries and Tableau Public people that I think you should look at and explore. So like I said, Andy's Visual Vocabulary is a workbook that is really meant to show you what kind of charts to use for different circumstances. So if you're doing a deviation chart, you can click on that. Well, it's not going for me. And it'll show you the different deviation charts, bar charts, spine charts. For correlation, you would use some scatter plots or maybe a heat map. For ranking, you want an ordered bar. Not a fan of the lollipop chart. It's just a funky looking bar to me. But dot plots, dot strip parts, I've used that. And distribution plots and such. So he wants to show you the types of visits based on the inquiries that you're getting from your customer. So you have that first meeting and they go, oh, we want to, pull in this kind of data and do this kind of analytics. You can come out and sort of show them some of this or go in and mock it up and do that. Andy's got a great blog. Yes, question?
Mm-hmm. I have a question just for you. I was just thinking, and maybe this could be helpful for everybody that is watching. Have you, Eric, ever used that visual vocabulary or any of those that you downloaded as a quick way to do a wireframe? Like I have done that, right? Like maybe you can say, hey, I need to meet with this client in 2 days. I don't have the data yet, but I want to show the client how could it look. And you can you can download one of those Tableau Public. Let's say we change the title, add the logo of your company, change the title, be very specific that this is fake data or not real data from the company, but make it look, by changing the color and the things like that to make it look like more like our company's kind of format or like, and then show them, hey, what about something like this? This is something like you would like me to recreate with our own data here at the company.
You can do that. And I guess that's easier now with the new feature of being able to copy tabs between workbooks. So you can just sort of lift things out and put it in your own and put them together the way you want. But the way I've done it is to sort of cut and paste the thumbnails of the presentation and put them into either a PowerPoint or Figma. You can do the wireframe in Figma and drop in different visualizations for the different types of charts that sort of give them how it might look other than, just a little hand drawing or such.
Exactly.
And I love the idea about using their colors. Yeah. So that would be a really good reason for using it in Tableau.
Perfect. I've done the Figma thing and PowerPoint. So absolutely. I just want to share people, you can do that too, right? That will be another way that you can use Tableau Public, right? To create quick or help you create quick wireframes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
So next up is Jeff Plattner. He built this Tableau chart builder. And I love that it's similar to what Andy did with his, but this is set out more as a step-by-steps. So if you want to build a line graph, you've gone to Andy's, you say, I want to do a line graph. Jeff actually goes in and says, here are the steps in Tableau that you need to do to make that line graph. So if you're new to Tableau and want to figure out how to do it, and if you haven't learned it yet, you don't want to use the show me in Tableau. That's not going to get you very far. It'll get you started, but it won't really get you very far. I love the twins say that it's just pill pushing. So Jeff walks you through how to build all these different types of charts, and with step-by-step instructions. Similar to Andy, he tells you what the type of analytics it's meant for. So heat map is correlation, diverging is correlation. I don't think you can go in here. Be nice if you had a filter based on the chart type so that you could see which ones would be just for that. Good way to download it and see if you can make this better is to go in and explore that. Next up is the Kevin Flairledge. If you don't know the twins, you're missing out. They have a wealth of resources on their blogs. Most of their blogs have tie-ins. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to go to. Jumped ahead. Most of their blogs have tie-ins to all of the vizzes that they have on Tableau Public. This is a good time for me to show you another feature of Tableau Public. You can get to their LinkedIn page, Twitter account, or any of their blogs or web pages that they have. So again, if we go to the Tableau Twins, then here's all of their publications about synchronized scrolling. This, if you didn't see that at Tableau Conference, was awesome. Something I need to blog I need to come back to. Anyway, I'm getting distracted here. But Kevin has this chart builder. If we open that up, it's a compilation of charts built by all these other people. So, and a lot of them are sort of exotic charts, arc diagrams, bump plots aren't that exotic, but yeah, bump chart with curvy radial. I don't know where I'd ever use that other than on some sort of public viz that I was hoping to get viz of the day. But the real hidden gem on this page is the Tableau reference guide. And this is a 882 curated links of Tableau blogs. And so you can look at mapping. I will say Jeff has not, I think Jeff Schaffner is the one who published this, hasn't kept it updated. It hasn't been updated since middle of the pandemic, early pandemic days. So, but all of it still works. Anything you could do in the old versions of Tableau, you can still do in the new versions of Tableau. It's new features usually make things easier. So always pay attention if there's a new feature that will help you do that. So next up is Ken Flairledge. He is Kevin's twin brother. And if you haven't checked out the DataFam Color project, it allows you to download, 175 palettes now, and import them easily into your Tableau workspace. So they keep improving it. It's a community-driven project. Let me go back and show you. Once you download it, it downloads this preferences TPS, which is just an XML file that you drop into your settings folder. and you can make your own if you want by creating a palette and putting in all the different color numbers. That's all it is, but it really makes it easy for picking a different color palette and improving your work. So next up, Brian Moore. So Brian Moore has built this KPI dashboard, and I've used this a lot. My business applications. It is a great example. Okay, not sure why things aren't loading for me today. So I'm going to go back. We'll click on Brian's page. And my dashboard. And again, I tested all these links last night, so they're working. I'm not sure why. It's probably, I'm going to blame it on Bevy. But he shows you how to create containers to easily lay things out, how to put layered graphs behind others, and how to make the highlighting work. I mean, there's just a lot of effort put into making this a really well done business dashboard. And I've included a link here for his presentation on YouTube that walks all through this dashboard design. But it's just a great fundamentals of building interactive business dashboards. Brian has just phenomenal other dashboards. And this one was dog breeds. It's visit of the day from about a week ago. He likes to do a lot of things with math. There's one on the cosmos. I love this one, the cosmos. It's like, this is the orbits of Earth and Venus. Did not know you could do that in Tableau, but that's their relative differences from 8 Earth orbits and 13 Venus orbits. So you can do some really cool stuff, and Brian does it in his Tableau. So spend some time looking at what Brian does. Next up, I want to highlight Jim Diener. So Jim is the master of Tableau fundamentals. He's one of the co-leads of the Tableau newbies user group. I've highlighted this fixed LODs workbook, but if you go to Jim's site, he's got just a lot of information on how to do basic Tableau calculations and just a wealth of information. So if you don't know Jim, he is a visionary and a Tableau ambassador for the community. He does the community forums, and if you look at Jim's contributions, he is head and shoulders above everybody else's contributions. But what he does is take what people are asking about in the forums, and then each month he'll write a blog about a set of questions that are kind of related, and show you step by step how to do that, or the right way to do that, or to avoid the problem that everybody seems to run into on the community blogs. So there's a lot of great information on Jim's blog, and all of them are on his Tableau Public page. We go to Jim's, you can see all the ones that go with his different blogs. So check Jim out, spend some time on his page. Jeff Schaffner is a data scientist. He does a lot of higher order Tableau work and shows you how to solve them. The one that I'll call your attention to today is his data densification workbook. So it shows you and I've had to use this a lot, but mostly for time series type calculations. But I always have this idea when I start a project of how I want the data, the graphs, or the visits to look, and they're always missing something. And it's usually needs some data densification to go in and fill in the holes, to make it look the way you want it to do. And Jeff talks about that with all the different types of ways you can scaffold, add missing values. Some of the times it's just going in and right clicking on a measure and say, complete the nulls, make the nulls 0. But he's got a great data science blog that talks about all that. And again, like Jim, most all of those blogs have an associated workbook on Tableau Public. Next up is Luke Stanky. Luke is just a Tableau master. But the main thing that I think of him for is his table and time calculation work. I've highlighted his income statement summary. It's a really great financial statement that pulls in several different aspects, doing highlighting in Tableau. It's easy to do cell highlights and colors in Excel. Not so easy to do that in Tableau. But if you want to do it, Luke has the blogs and the workbooks to show you how to pull that all together. It's a lot of effort, but it does work, and works well. So spend some time with Luke's stuff, and if you click on the name, it takes them back. He's got a whole lot of information on finance and tables, time calculations. So out. All right, next up, Lindsay Betzenthal. So Lindsay is consistently in the Tableau top 10 blog rankings. She has 2 blogs, Viz in Data, where she talks about her just basic Tableau work. And then she is also in the healthcare group, Health Data Viz. This is similar to Makeover Monday and that sort of thing. She usually puts out some challenges. And so you can check out the Health Data Viz group with her. But I really like her customized calendar that she just did. She put out a series of blogs on how to create just this basic layout, show your upcoming events and your to-dos within Tableau, which is, again, looks great and easy here, but is not necessarily easy to do in Tableau. Not a beginner type chart. Next, after healthcare and calendars, let's take a look at Sarah Battersby. If you're not familiar with Sarah and you like to do maps, you need to spend this time on her blog. She is one of the Tableau, one of the few that today that I'm showing that is an employee. But she has a PhD in geography and is a certified cartologist. So she can show you how to do a lot of great stuff with maps. And the presentation that I'll point you to is how to answer your data questions with maps in Tableau. It's a great little viz on just basic, showing the different parts of using maps. Yeah. All right, so next, besides maps, one of the new features in Tableau is map layers. And Simon Beaumont is a longtime visionary. He is I think he's the Tableau evangelist at JLL. And I don't know how many Tableau people they have at JLL, but it must be a couple of hundred. They're all over the place. But Simon is sort of the head of that group, and he does the Sports Viz Sunday Tableau community project. He's got a great blog that has a wealth of information in it. But they did this for TC23, a dashboard that shows, well, how to use, all right, where is it at? Interactive map layers tooltips. So they're using map layers to create a KPI in a tooltip. And I just think that's awesome. And if you'd like to learn more about it, they haven't done a blog on it yet. Not that I can find. Come on, there it is, 4.3 million. But there is a YouTube video out there that I've got the link for that will take you straight to this portion of that video for how they did this. And they walk through it pretty quickly. So map layers not only can be used for a lot more stuff than just maps. So each of those layers on that KPI, the bar chart, the reference lines, the numbers, were all a different map layer that were put together to make that tooltip. Pretty awesome. If you're a programmer and you like to work in Python or Java, work with APIs, all that sort of stuff, you really should be familiar with Anya Prestvetova. She is one of the premier Tableau data devs. She has a great blog on how to do a lot of different things with Tableau. I highlighted the data dictionary, but I mean, she's got a lot of great information on using APIs within your workbooks and how to do things that are way above my head. I've done a little bit of this sort of stuff with my data sources. When I do, I'm a cut and paste programmer, so I go to a blog like Anya's and just cut and paste and rework it to do what I need to do. So if you're that kind of programmer too, I would definitely check out Anya's blogs. Zach Geis is another Tableau visionary. I worked with Zach several years ago, and he did Tableau server presentations for us. So I always thought of Zach as a Tableau server guy, but he really is more than that. He's got a lot of great design tips, and let's go take a look at his blog. So, well, yeah, there we go. I guess that's the blog just for this one design tips catalog. But this is his featured workbook on his page. But he has a lot of great things. I love the way that he's got the interactive navigation buttons, except for some reason it's jumping right into the middle. So if I go back to the custom tips, this is one I recommend you download and spend some time with to see how he does all the interactivity and the highlighting and such. Really great job putting this presentation together. Again, if we go to Zach, I think this is, oh, still there. Oh, I'm on the tips thing. I think we go to guides. it'll show us more. There's a lot more Tableau coders. Yeah. Anyway, I can't find it right now, but there's a lot more on his blogs on how to do more than just Tableau server and coding things. But he's got some great information. This talk wouldn't be complete unless I discussed the BBC style guide and the JLL style guide. If you work for a company that has a large team, I recommend you take a look at these two vises and create your own style guide for your Tableau workbooks, and then create some templates for people and make their life a whole lot easier. We are running close on time, so let me get into the resources. Tableau Public is a lot more than just a website. It's a free downloadable tool. So you can go download Tableau Public application to run on your desktop. And then you can create that and put it up on the web. They have also made Tableau Public web edit. So you can do a lot of what you want to do just within Tableau Public and the web editor. But there are some things you can't do in web edit that you can do in desktop. So you'll probably want to have both available to you if you don't already have a Tableau desktop license. I guess one of the things I should have mentioned before, if we go back to somebody's, no, I don't want a workbook. So if I go look at this and download it, she's not going to let me download it. Let's take a look at Luke's, see if he'll let me download it. When you go to download, it's going to ask you which version of Tableau. And so you really want to download the one for the server that you're publishing to. Tableau Public is always the most recent version of Tableau, so you'll get whatever the current version is. But if you're working for a company that doesn't stay up to date and you're still using an older version of Tableau, you can go download those workbooks for a specific version. But back to what I was talking about, more than just a bunch of pretty vises, there's also sample data sets on Tableau Public that you can go download and play with. So besides Superstore, there's other Bloomberg business data, entertainment data from Netflix and Hollywood, sports data, public data, and then education data, different government data sets, science data sets, lifestyle, technology. So just a whole slew of different types of data that you can download and play with if you're just trying to get started with Tableau and you're building your portfolio. You don't have to just work with Superstore. I'm not a Superstore fan. That's just me. But there's also a Tableau Public beginner's guide. If you're new to Tableau Public, have a look at this. It will step you through some of the stuff that I showed you today and how to download things and get started with it. Okay. Next up, different hacks to try once you've downloaded the workbooks. I would recommend you edit the workbooks as XML. This is the break it part. So all the Tableau workbooks are named TWB. And so if you change that .twb to .txt for text, you can open that XML and get into it and do whatever you want to with it. Get to see the data that's embedded in it. If there's that, you can see all the calculations and everything else. I get into it because we have a sandbox and a prod environment. So it's just easier for me to do something on sandbox. My environment structure is set up the same, so I can go in and easily change a data source name from one to the other with a cut and paste. Much easier than I can go into Tableau Workbook, and switch out the data source through the Tableau desktop interface. So have a look at that. If you'd like some information on how that workbook is and the extracts are put together, here's a blog on how that all works. And then finally, if you really like programming, I recommend that you join the data dev community. That's the part that Anya and Zach work in a lot. But if you join the data dev, they will give you an instance of Tableau Cloud that you can go play with and break if you don't have server access on your own company site. So that is a great resource. Again, I don't know any other companies that do that. Microsoft will give you a Azure account if you're one of their subscribers, but you have to pay them money to do that. And Tableau does that for free. So it is pretty awesome. All right. So finally, I want to say thank you for spending your time with me today. I hope you learned something. I hope you saw some things in Tableau Public that you haven't seen before, might not have known were out there. And I'm going to share this quote with you from Andy Kriebel that was actually just posted on LinkedIn yesterday. So, how to become a Tableau expert. You want to create vises relentlessly, share everything you learn, expect nothing in return, and deliberately and authentically engage with the community. I'm glad you're here today, but you repeat this every day. And again, practice, practice, practice. The easiest way to do that with a variety of data and vises is to use Tableau Public, download the workbooks, play with them, break them, make them better. All right. That's it for me. Let me see if I can get back and stop sharing. I believe that is there.
Thank you very much, Eric. This was wonderful. I mean, I've been using Tableau Public for so long, but it's still, I saw like 3 things that you showed today that I didn't know about. So it's crazy, right? Like I
Is
saw,
one of them the data sources?
yeah,
Nobody knows the data sources are out there.
yeah, the data sources. I think that thing for the color, I want to download that color template. I don't remember seeing that. Maybe it was there. I just missed it. The color templates, the color options. I was looking for different colors the other day myself. So I don't know, Aaron, do you saw anything that you don't remember seeing it before or anything at least once? Like one thing? No, I cannot hear you. Um,
Yeah, there we
so
go. So
yeah,
yeah,
go.
there was a bunch of things that I was searching for this week that
Okay.
that what we went over would have helped me. So I
Mhm.
didn't take the notes, but like I put in the chat, we're gonna have
Mhm.
this video on the landing page of the Bevy page for the TUG. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
go back and watch it myself to see where he was at to find those things.
Well, like I said, the presentation is out there, so you
Okay,
can go
cool.
Oh
download
yeah.
it. It's on my Tableau Public page, so download it and use it.
Perfect. I do remember that quote from Andy this week. Like I actually read it too.
Yeah,
Like that's funny because you put it out there because I really like it. Yeah,
repeat,
no, that he
repeat,
is
repeat.
amazing. Like I said, I mean, you always, that's the cool thing about going to different meetings. I mean, get out of your comfort zone, or like, you're working all day, try to do like 1 hour, watch a video on YouTube related to Tableau, go to find the user group videos, past videos of this talk and other talks, because you will always find at least one thing that you don't know, one thing, and that's more than enough, right?
Make it
um
worthwhile.
yeah, so try that. And thank you, Eric, again. And Aaron, if you have anything want to say, next month we're gonna have Julia Butchin. She's from Woodmark Consultant. Not sure exactly what is the topic right now, but I'm sure we're gonna put it out there soon. And every month we have somebody. Yeah.
Yep. So, and then everybody that stay here to the end, we'll draw swag drawing, and we will email you individually if you've won.
Woo-hoo.
Yes.
Good luck,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yes. We always had drawings for this is for Tableau swag that you can probably have a shirt or something that you can get, thanks to Tableau and Kelly to provide that for us every month. And like I said, we have every single month we have a great speaker like Eric every single month, all the way to December, all the way. So just please pay attention to our emails and subscribe, and we'll have something for you. It's going to be always at lunchtime, lunch and learn. It works great. It will be Wednesday or Thursday, once a month. So thank you for being here. Anything else, Aaron, you have? That's it. Any other questions in the chat that you have for us or for Eric? Let us know. Let me see. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank Kelly again for being with us today, and hope to see you next month, everyone. See you next
Thanks,
month.
everybody.
Thank you.
Have a great summer, Eric.
Bye.
All right.
All right.